Welcome to Rams 360. The Rams are 6-2 and are the #1 offense in the NFL. They lit up the scoreboard against the Giants last Sunday, 51 points there. Despite the rain, this team found multiple ways to score. It was a fun atmosphere, and we were there for all of it. Let's check out the sounds of the game.
Coming off a bye week, the Rams will play a third straight game away from the Coliseum today. 58 degrees, cloudy and drizzly here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's Rams and Giants, and Los Angeles looking to stay perfect on the road this season.
Effort. Let's play with unwilling effort. Let's make sure that these people in this building understand who playmakers are. Your opponent cannot match your effort today.
Y'all gotta do nothing different. Keep doing what we doing. Keep doing what we doing. Keep doing what we doing. We're gonna come out with a W, I promise you that.
It's kind of like being back home. A lot of success in this stadium.
Doing good today. It's gonna be a great day down on the field today.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back, man. Everybody want to know we for real, man. They want to know we for real. Hit somebody in the mouth today. Hit him in the mouth 60 minutes. Let's see what they say then, man. Here we go. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need.
The motion man is Roger Lewis in front of Eli Manning, who's in the gun. Manning has the snap. He's feeling the pressure. The ball's knocked out. Aaron Donald, a strip sack, and LA falls on it. This mob squad defense sends an early statement. Here's the first offensive snap for LA. It's a give to Gurley. He fights through traffic left side midfield. 45-40. Gurley hits the Jets. 30. Stiff arm 20 and out of bounds. Goff steps up. He throws. End zone caught. Touchdown. Tyler Higbee.
That was a big first run, though, man. Great job being patient.
2 minutes into the second quarter, it's 10-7 LA, and they'll stay on the ground with Gallman. This time, Alec Ogletree shoots his gap, and he forces a fumble. At midfield, LA is on it. Second fumble recovery of the day for Los Angeles as Ogletree punched it out of the hands of Gallman.
That's two. Let's get over.
We just got to be more physical, man.
Bubble screen left side, Robert Woods charging ahead, 45, breaks inside 40, 35-30, Robert Woods, first down 20, 10-5, touchdown, LA! Goff again bootlegs out to his right. He sets his feet, looks deep down the middle. Sammy Watkins, 5 yards beyond the defense, reaches out at the 10 and makes the catch and strolls in for a bomb of a touchdown.
Let's run it. I know you do. I know you do. Oh, that is you.
Have a day, Goff. Have a day.
Good snap. The hold is down. The kicker hits it, and the leg.
Missed it. Yes.
Rams 27, Giants 10 here in Week 9 at MetLife Stadium in New York. The Giants will kick it away. The Rams will receive. Goff goes under center after audible. He turns right shoulder, gives to Gurley, hit behind the line, fighting for the goal line. Touchdown, Todd Gurley. Touchdown, LA. And the route is on at MetLife Stadium. Goff is under center, looking to the end zone, all alone for the touchdown. Caught by Robert Woods.
See them boys, though? Them boys blocking that ass off.
Punch is blocked. The Rams get there, and it's recovered inside the 20. From the 4, here's second and goal. Inside give Gurley. He sprints left. He sprints in. And the Rams are blowing out the Giants.
Did I tell y'all we're going to do this thing? Yes, sir. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Spreading the love on that LA sideline. Everyone feeling good about their performance here today for the Rams.
Good job, Coach. Good job. Great job.
Oh, WW 6-2, baby.
Everybody, how about a woo? Hell of a job, man. Staying unbeaten on the road. Yes, sir. Staying unbeaten on the road. That's a great job. We came back from the bye. We did exactly what our goal was. We played another complete game. Get used to feeling that way and continue to raise the standards, the expectations.
We building something, man. Believe it. Believe it and achieve it, man. I swear, man, we building something, man. It's going to be good, man. Believe in it, man. Here we go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
got Sammy Watkins here, and he's just going to run right past the defense as Jared Goff loads up and throws this ball 62 yards in the air.
American Airlines, the official airline of the Los Angeles Rams.
Welcome back to Rams 360. Quarterback Jared Goff and wide receiver Sammy Watkins have been working on their chemistry and timing since Watkins arrived via trade during training camp. It paid off this week as Jared Goff hit Watkins with a 67-yard touchdown against New York. That's what we break down in this week's All 22.
Goff again bootlegs out to his right. He sets his feet, looks deep down the middle. Sammy Watkins reaches out at the 10 and makes the catch and strolls in for a bomb of a touchdown.
So it's 2nd down and 6. The Rams actually are going no huddle on this play, which you can see sort of from the beginning right here. You got Jared Goff kind of pointing out the mic. He's going to go under center with John Sullivan. Then he's going to take his hands back. And now take a look at this. Got Sammy Watkins down here at the bottom of the formation. Jared Goff's just going to do a little signal toward him on that side. Then he's going to go up to the bunch receivers at the top of the formation. Sure, everybody knows the play. Then he's going to get back under center and begin this play with the play fake to Todd Gurley. Now, as play fakes often do, you get the Giants linebackers to start sucking down in there trying to stop Todd Gurley. But right now you've got kind of a 3-route concept. You're going to have your low receiver there, that's Gurley, an intermediate receiver, Cooper Kupp, kind of running a drag route there. And then you're going to have Sammy Watkins coming on this deep post route. That's obviously the one Jared Goff is going to go to. But I think it's also kind of important to notice what the Giants are looking at on this play. Because you've got Jared Goff here, he's starting to load up to throw. Now, a lot of times what you've seen from the Rams is that Jared Goff will go to this intermediate route right there. And I think that's what the Giants are thinking that Jared Goff is going to go to, because you can see safety Landon Collins and cornerback Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie both appear to have their eyes on Cooper Kupp. But that's probably not the smartest idea, because you've got Sammy Watkins here, and he's just going to run right past the defense as Jared Goff loads up and throws this ball 62 yards in the air. What a great throw from him. Actually said he initially thought he might have overthrown Sammy Watkins, but Watkins has that great speed, reaches his arms out, secures the catch, puts a finger up, gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
I can't remember when I didn't have a football. I never remember not talking about it. My dad had played football on an undefeated team at University of Oklahoma when he was a kid, and he taught me to punt and pass before I could ride the maypole on the playground.
Stay tuned for more Rams 360.
Jim Hardy is the oldest living Ram at 94 years old. After a stellar career at USC, Hardy went on to not only serve our country, but also play on the first ever Rams team in Los Angeles. He's an LA Rams pioneer, a Navy veteran, and the youngest 94-year-old you will ever meet. Take a look.
I can't remember when I didn't have a football. I never remember not talking about it. My dad had played football on an undefeated team at University of Oklahoma when he was a kid, and he taught me to punt and pass before I could ride the maypole on the playground. He started working the USC games in '28, and he took my brother and me to the last game of the season. The Trojans were playing Georgia Tech, whom they beat 81-0, and I fell in love with the Trojans.
What was it like to suit up for the Trojans?
You have no idea. Coming out of high school, when I had broken my leg my senior year and I didn't play a play all year, and my hopes of becoming a sought-after high school player went out the window, and went to USC as a walk-on. When the end of the semester came and I'd been paying my own way, so I couldn't go back for a spring semester, Sam Berry, he called my house that afternoon and wanted to know why I didn't register, and I told him I wasn't on a ride, that I was paying my own way, and he said, "You get down here, you got a scholarship." 2 days before our game with Tulane, they posted a list of who should dress for the game. My name was the last name on the list. But that was the biggest thrill I ever had at USC, because that following Saturday, I'm coming out of the tunnel wearing the silks. I got the cardinal and gold on, and I'm that high off the ground and no hope of playing in the game. But that thrill I will never forget, because that meant I had arrived. I am wearing the silks and I'm representing the Trojans.
Our present program will train 800,000 additional men this coming year.
My senior year, we played January 1st against Tennessee in the Rose Bowl. We won the Rose Bowl 25-0. I was the player of the game. And 2 weeks later, I was on a battleship on active duty, and I was gone for a year. I was in the Naval ROTC, and we actually left school at officers training to join the fleet. My brother and I were assigned to battleship duty. I went on the Maryland, my brother went on the Tennessee, and so now we're gone from school. And during that period, the NFL had their annual draft, and I was the first round pick of the Washington Redskins. And when I came home after the war was over, I didn't want to go to Washington. And so George Marshall, who owned the Redskins, called me up and said, listen, the Rams are going to move to LA, and if I trade you to the Rams, will you sign with the Rams? I said, well, I'll talk to them. It was the thrill of a lifetime. I grew up going to Fairfax High School. The good Lord gave me a wonderful career at USC. And then to have it work out where I was going to play for the Rams, I was just thrilled to death. Football was my bag. There was just something, it takes a certain person and a certain personality to play the game. You form a bond with the guys you're playing with. You go through hell together, you celebrate together. Next month I'll be 93 years old, and I never got over my love of the game. If I knew where to find a pair of shoulder pads and a new jockstrap, I'd play again in the New York Minute.
It's always funny to see their reaction, because they're like, nuh-uh, there's no way that you did that. I wouldn't trade it for anything, and chances are I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Rams 360, connected by AT&T.
This Sunday is the Salute to Service game. The Rams will honor those who have put their lives on the line for our freedom. Rams' very own Anna Garduno works on the Rams training staff and prepares the players for battle every day. But it wasn't long ago that she herself went to battle in Iraq for all of us. Here's her story.
I think initially I was pretty timid about it, so I kind of danced around any chances to say anything. It's always funny to see their reaction, because they're like, nuh-uh, there's no way that you did that. I wouldn't trade it for anything, and chances are I would do it again in a heartbeat.
How long have you been here?
I've been here about 6 months.
Oh, how long have you got left?
About 6 months. My position was sergeant in the Army National Guard as a truck driver. I served 8 years total, with 1 year in Iraq during 04-05. I actually graduated and finished my 8-year term the same year. So in 2008, graduated undergrad with exercise science and then finished military service. Athletic training was what I always wanted to be. So I got my master's in athletic training. And while I was there, I was sitting in class one day and our teacher asked us to write on a sheet of paper what our hopes of a job would be afterwards. I put on that piece of paper that I wanted to work in the NFL. It's really just been a blast and more than I could have ever dreamed of. And I'm so, remember where I'm at sometimes and I'm like, I can't believe that a dream that I had as a little kid actually happened.
Certainly they're missing some guys that are really excellent football players, but they've got very good players behind them, quality football players that are starters in this league, and there's a reason why.
Rams 360 presented by The Parking Spot.
The Rams looking to build on this win streak on Sunday at home in the Coliseum against the Houston Texans. I'm Danny Kleppinger, joined by Miles Simmons. And Miles, when we talk about finding success against the Texans, let's just start with the atmosphere and familiarity. The Rams are back at home. They haven't been home in a while. If they can take that momentum that they built on the road, winning those 3 games in a row, and bring that to their own home, that's a good thing.
Yeah, you talk about familiarity. Almost the real familiarity has been on the road. The Rams have been on the road so much, it seems like over the course of this year, really, it's been the last month on the road if you take out the bye week there. So coming back home, feeling that home cooking, feeling the home crowd, that should be a good thing for this Los Angeles team.
Now everyone is aware of the quarterback situation with the Houston Texans. Now they lost Deshaun Watson for the season. That's a heartbreaking scenario, but that doesn't mean you can underestimate this Houston Texans offense, and that's something that this defense needs to make sure they still take pride in what they've been doing.
Absolutely, Danny, and that starts with their wide receiving core. They've got 2 really dynamic wide receivers in DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. Last week, you saw DeAndre Hopkins pull in a 50-50 ball in the end zone for a touchdown. He's one of these outstanding wide receivers that really just has the ability to do that on any and every play. And then you look at Will Fuller, he's still a young guy out of Notre Dame in his 2nd season, but he is a speed demon. He can get down the field in a hurry. And get this, of his 15 catches, 7 have gone for touchdowns. So I think that tells you right there how dynamic of a player he is.
Absolutely. So there's weapons on that offense, but that doesn't mean that this defense shouldn't get after that quarterback. Do not let Tom Savage get in any sort of rhythm and give him any confidence whatsoever, because last week he shouldn't have much confidence after what he put on the field last week. So the Rams need to capitalize on that.
For sure, Danny. And when you look at the Rams this season, they've done a good job of getting after quarterbacks. Look at Aaron Donald. He's had a sack in each of the Rams' last 3 games in this win streak. So I think if you continue to have him coming up the middle, you got Robert Quinn probably coming around the corner as well, there are going to be some good things for this defense against that offense.
Let's talk about the Rams offense. Jared Goff was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, and rightly so after that performance against the Giants. But Miles, if you remember, the last time that he and this offense were at the Coliseum, they had 5 turnovers, and that's something that they need to make sure does not happen this time at the Coliseum. If they can control the ball and control the clock, they can find success.
Absolutely, and what's interesting about this Rams team this year is you talk about turnovers and winning that turnover margin. Sean McVay often says this: other than points, the biggest indicator of wins and losses in the National Football League is that turnover margin. If the Rams play a clean game, they're going to have a good chance to win. That's what they've been doing in this winning streak, playing a clean game, getting those turnovers down. And the Rams actually are getting takeaways as well. So that's one of the things that you have to look at from the offensive perspective and the defensive perspective, either limiting the turnovers on offense or getting those turnovers on defense so that you're winning that turnover margin.
The Rams looking to go 7-2. The game is going to kick off on Sunday at 1:05 at the Coliseum. That's going to do it from us here in the Rams studio, connected by AT&T. Enjoy the game.
One of the things that's really good about us right now is we're a team. It doesn't feel like there's separate offense, defense, special teams, but it's guys pulling for each other. You watch when good plays are made. Guys are connecting, they're committed to each other, and they're doing the right things right now.
Hey, what's it feel like to win?
Unbelievable. It's nice coming to work happy every day. It makes doing what we do day in and day out so much better.
Is it hard to avoid what is said, how good this team is right now, and try to keep focus?
We were the worst team ever last year, and now everyone loves us, and so no, it doesn't make any difference to us. We're 6-2 at the halfway point, and happy about a lot of things we've done so far, but a lot of work to do, and 8 games ahead of us, and starting with the Houston Texans this weekend.
Certainly they're missing some guys that are really excellent football players, but they've got very good players behind them, quality football players that are starters in this league, and there's a reason why.
You know, Sean's doing a good job with him. He's can make all the throws, which, you know, you knew that coming out of college. That's why he was drafted #1. And the running game, they're averaging 132 yards per game rushing the ball with Gurley. So they've got a great offense, so it's a big challenge for us.
Two very dynamic receivers. DeAndre Hopkins is special. You look at, he has the ability to beat you. Look at the screen against Seattle that he takes all the way. He's making contested catches. He's going by people. He can do everything. You know, we got to see if we can continue to keep that kind of that road atmosphere where we've played well on the road. Let's see if we can play well at home and lock in and focus and concentrate and try to deliver these home fans a good performance.